Barcelona have scored 7 goals in their first 2 La Liga games. They haven't conceded once. They're the back-to-back Spanish champions, and somehow Hansi Flick is changing them again. Think about that. Most managers finally build a winning team and spend the next summer protecting it. Flick has done almost the opposite. Robert Lewandowski is gone. Ferran Torres is gone. Anthony Gordon has arrived.
I always wanted Barca. Barca, like I said then, is the biggest club on the planet. It's the stuff I dreamed of as a child. It really is a dream come true.
Adeyemi has arrived.
We want to achieve our goals. I want to help the team and give something back for the fans.
And now Rodri has walked into a midfield that already contains Pedri, Fermín López, Gavi and Marc Benal. But here's the strange part. Barcelona still haven't replaced Lewandowski with another established traditional number 9. Instead, Flick opened the season with Raphinha through the middle. They scored 5.
Raphinha, yeah, that's another one. 2 for him on the night, 3 for Barcelona. They're running away with this.
Then against Athletic Club, Anthony Gordon started centrally. They won again, and Rodri hadn't even entered the equation yet. So maybe Barcelona aren't simply missing their striker. Maybe we're watching Flick deliberately build something different. A Barcelona that can dominate possession, but doesn't always need possession to destroy you. A team that can attack through Lamine Yamal or suddenly send Gordon and Adeyemi flying into the space behind you. A team without one obvious attacking reference. And after watching their first 2 games, I think we're starting to understand exactly what Hansi Flick is trying to build.
That's the first question. Because Barcelona weren't rebuilding from failure. They won La Liga in 2024-25, then won it again in 26. So this summer wasn't supposed to be about ripping everything apart. It was supposed to be about refinement. But one departure changed the conversation. Robert Lewandowski. For years, Barcelona's attack had an obvious reference point. You could have Raphinha making runs around him, Lamine Yamal creating from the right, Pedri finding passes between the lines. But eventually, everything could lead toward a conventional centre-forward occupying centre-backs and finishing moves. Once Lewandowski left, Barcelona had a choice: find another elite number 9 and essentially preserve that structure, or change the structure itself. And so far, Flick has experimented with the second option. Look at what happened against Elche. Barcelona started with Raphinha as the central attacker, not a traditional striker, not someone whose entire game revolves around waiting inside the penalty area. Raphinha naturally wants to move. He drifts, he combines, he presses, he attacks space. And Elche struggled to work out where Barcelona's threat was actually coming from. Raphinha scored twice, Fermin scored twice, Adeyemi scored on his competitive Barcelona debut. Then Flick introduced Anthony Gordon, 2 assists. Barcelona won 5-0. Now, obviously, one game against Elche doesn't prove Barcelona have reinvented football, but look at the distribution of the threat. 5 goals, 3 different scorers, a winger playing through the middle, another winger scoring from the left, a midfielder repeatedly arriving in dangerous positions, and Gordon coming from the bench and immediately creating chances. That matters, because Barcelona didn't look like a team desperately waiting for somebody to replace Lewandowski's position. They looked like a team trying to replace his goals collectively. Then Athletic Club arrived. Flick changed the front 3 again. Gordon started centrally, Raphinha moved back left, and Yamal remained on the right. La Liga officially listed Barcelona in a 4-3-3. Different configuration, same result. Raphinha scored, Fermin scored, Barcelona won 2-0. 7 goals across 2 games, 4 different scorers. And that's where the idea becomes interesting. Because instead of asking who replaces Lewandowski, maybe the better question is, what if nobody has to? And every additional defender you send towards Yamal creates space somewhere else. That's where Gordon matters. That's where Adeyemi matters. That's where Raphinha's movement matters. That's where Fermin arriving from midfield matters. You're no longer defending one superstar, you're making choices. Do you double Yamal? Fine. Who's watching Gordon? Do you stay compact against Raphinha centrally? Fine. Who's tracking Fermin's run? Do you push your defensive line higher because Barcelona are dominating possession? Okay, now you've given Adeyemi 40 meters of grass. That's the tactical difference Flick seems to be creating.
This might actually be Barcelona's most important signing, not because it's the flashiest, because of what Rodri potentially allows everybody else to do. Barcelona already have Pedri, one of Europe's outstanding midfield controllers. They have Fermin's attacking runs, Gavi's aggression, Bernal's potential, and now they've added a midfielder who has operated at the highest level as a positional anchor. Rodri made his Barcelona debut from the bench against Athletic Club, entering a match Barcelona were leading 1-0 before Fermin eventually made it 2-0. We're obviously far too early into his Barcelona career to declare exactly how Flick will use him, but tactically, the possibilities are enormous because the best holding midfielders don't just protect defenders, they give attacking players permission for a fullback to move, permission for Pedri to receive higher, permission for Fermin to attack the box, permission for the front line to take risks because somebody behind them understands where the danger will appear if possession is lost.
Because 7 goals in 2 matches sounds fantastic. It is fantastic, but let's not pretend the striker question has disappeared. Barcelona have pursued Julián Álvarez, and that's understandable. A proven centre-forward changes the calculation completely, but Atletico Madrid don't want to simply hand one of their biggest attacking assets to a domestic rival, and Barcelona's pursuit has stalled. Reports now suggest Barca could even finish the window without adding another striker if Álvarez cannot be signed. That would make Flick's approach fascinating, because then this isn't just tactical experimentation while Barcelona wait for a striker. This could actually become the plan. Raphinha centrally in one match, Gordon centrally in another, Adeyemi capable of moving across the attack, Fermin arriving beyond them, Yamal creating from the right, different profiles rotating into the same spaces. Even Gordon has publicly backed himself to operate as Barcelona's number 9, and there are obvious advantages. How does a centre-back prepare for that? That's why I don't think Hansi Flick is simply building a stronger Barcelona. I think he's building a different kind of Barcelona, one that can still dominate the ball, still play through Pedri, still create around Lamine Yamal, but now there's another layer. Gordon gives them directness, Adeyemi gives them speed, Rodri potentially gives them greater control and protection, Raphinha gives them movement, Fermin gives them goals from midfield, and instead of replacing Robert Lewandowski with another version of Robert Lewandowski, Flick is experimenting with spreading that responsibility across the entire attack. 7 goals, 4 different scorers, 2 clean sheets, 2 wins. It's far too early to declare the experiment a success, but the intention is becoming clearer. Barcelona aren't simply trying to become better at the football they already played, they're trying to become harder to predict. And if Flick can combine Barcelona's traditional control with the speed, movement and flexibility he's added this summer, then the biggest question might not be whether Barcelona still need a number 9. It might be something much more uncomfortable for the rest of Europe. How exactly do you prepare for a team that can beat you in completely different ways?